Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zen Tangle Teacher, and I've been going through my new Zen Tangle Zenthology book, and I came across this tangle right here, and I had not seen it before. And so I tried to find I have step outs, but I tried to find it online, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I just kept looking to see if somebody else had drawn it. It's called, and I am looking, oh gosh, it's called Leman, Leman, and it's by the Taiwan-based Zentangle group. And the group is a Zentangle spin-off from CZT's. I don't know, that's probably not how you want to say it, but it's an international group, and they're called Created with Love. And they came up with this. This is the Tangle Pattern, that I was trying to do. You can see I tried it several times and it just wasn't clicking for me. I don't know why it wasn't clicking. It just wasn't clicking. And so I just kept drawing and drawing, and I came up with this. And I know it looks completely different, but it's basically the same type of step out. So I will put in the link below a link to the video that I watched from Created with Love from Taiwan, and then you can watch mine, you can watch theirs, and you can see what you want to do. And tomorrow, if you're watching this January 9th, January 10th, I'm doing a live Zoom. We're doing this one and a couple of others, so you're welcome to join us in the live Zoom. It only take 100, but first come, first serve, and we'll see what happens. But it's just kind of a chance for us to chit-chat and talk together and have a good day. It's so gloomy here in Utah, and it's where I live. In the valley, we have a lot of snow on the ground, and we have inversion, and it's very foggy, and for me, it's kind of depressing. I need sunshine. That's all there is to it, is I need sunshine. So let's get started. I am going to be using a 3Z tile, and because it gives you just a little bit more room to draw on. And so I'm gonna make sure my camera is close enough. Sometimes I get out of the camera view because, and I sprayed this one with a little alcohol ink, and I did shade it. Oh, I missed one right there that I didn't get shaded, but I was in a hurry to get this filmed. So we're going to start out, and I'm going to use an 01 pen, and we're going to make little rice kernels. So, and they're going to tilt towards each other. So we're going to do one, and it tilts, and then this next one is going to tilt towards that one. And then this one tilts away and towards. And I'm just going to put, it's probably best if you have an even number, but it really doesn't matter. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I ended up with an even number. Gee whiz, believe that one or not. Now, we're going to do a muka, but we're going to curve it around the little rice kernel. So I'm going to start out, and I'm going to go around the little rice kernel, come down, and I'm going to make the muka that Rick does. So it's a big muka, and then I'm going to go with the next one, and it's going to come out, and it's going to touch and then come back up and touch that space. So I have the two. So now I'm going to skip one. This one's going to go the opposite direction. So it's going to come around, down, and come back up. And I'm going to come over to this one. And I want it to come all the way. My pin is skipping all the way over and touch. And you can do the other muka that Maria does. But I just think this one lends itself to this particular pattern a little better. For me, I needed more drama. And so I'm just going, my little rice kernel didn't finish all the way, so I'm going to around. And they do not have to be perfect. You know that in Zentangle. So there we have them. They look like little cherries or something to me. I'm going to trade pens because this pen that I've got right now just seems like it doesn't have much of a tip. So we'll see if I can get a little better pen. So now that I have it going, I have them all drawn this way, I'm going to rotate it because we know in Zentangle rotating really helps us make the tangle much easier. So now I'm going to come and I'm going to do these two. So I'm going to come up, around, make my muka. So I'm just auraing, come down and touch, make my muka, and back up. Didn't like that pen either. I'm just fussy today. Around. And I have always loved muka. It's always been one of my go-to tangles. So this isn't surprising that when I first saw this, she did a Maria's muka. And I tried it several times with that. But I just did not like how it turned out. So I've got an extra one here on this end. So I'm going to come around and just do that extra one. And you notice I have one down here. So I'm going to come and I'm going to do it too. So now I have them all done across the row. Now I'm going to add more mukas. And you can see these little lines that are coming from right under here. I'm going to go with this outside one and I'm going to come and I'm going to make a muka and come and join. So I'm going to do the same here and join it back so that it has those tentacles that come out. And I want to use, if I'm going to do my tangle so it goes to the left, I would start on this side. If I want it to go to the right, which fits together, I'll go from here. I'll show you. So I'm going to go on this one right here, come up. This one will have to go this direction and then come back. And if I go on the outside, it has to go that direction there. So you can have them do a little holly bow. Oh, that one I made a little mistake, but there's no mistakes in Zentangle, and I doubt anyone's going to notice. I just came up from the wrong side. So now I'm going to rotate it. Hope that didn't make you too dizzy. And I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. And I like mine to kind of touch. And even if they do that little holly ball where they go under that one, I just want those lines to kind of be so that they look natural. So I'm going to come up. And sometimes I don't want to go all the way up. And sometimes I'm going to go wild with it. And there we have it. Isn't that wild? I just love how they intermingle with each other. Now, we're going to add a little drama. So in order to add the drama, I don't like this because it's pretty plain. So here you can see I've added some drama. So in between here, I'm just going to aura these spaces. Anywhere where I've got kind of a locked in space, or where I could add an aura, I'm going to add an aura inside. And then I'm going to color that in black. So I'm going to aura these spaces. And it really gives it that complicated look that that I like. That people say, how did you draw that? They question how you do it, and it's just that one step at a time. One stroke that repeats itself, or auras another shape. And I always get my ideas from watching someone else. I am creative, but sometimes I just have to just kind of get my juices flowing by watching somebody else do something, and then my creative juices get going. I'm changing over to an 05 because I'm so heavy-handed that when I go to fill in, I can make the tip of my pen go crazy. And we will be drawing this again at the live Zoom class. But I know so many can't do live, or it's at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. I live in Utah, so we're Mountain Time. But can you see how we're now getting that drama that you need in a tank? You need dark and light, and you also need maybe that little gray tone. You don't want it to all be one color. To give it that pop or zing that a Zen tangle takes, you want to have drama on your tangle. So anytime you can add some solid black, you've got black, white, and then the gray tones or color. But I always have to have some solid black so that it lends that drama to it. And these irregular shapes that you have no idea what it's going to be until you draw, they add to that drama. Oh, and I'm having to use a new editing program. I was using a Microsoft editing program, and they upgraded and did, oh, my new one is just hard for me to learn. I'm just having to, so you'll have to forgive me if the editing is a little strange until I get used to the new editing. I'm very frugal, and I don't want to have to buy a editing program when I could. This is the free part. They do have one you can purchase, but I use the free version, and the other free version was much easier. I noticed a lot of comments, why change something that was so easy to do? So there I have all my and I might add a few more, but now I've decided that it really needs to be aura'd. And so I am going to just aura this also. This is kind of lends itself to aura-ing. I usually like to aura go in the other direction, so I am pushing my pen away from me. Like now I'm kind of going the opposite direction. It makes it much easier for me to see where I'm going. Ooh, I almost said the word oops. I didn't quite. So I have a space here that I could put some drama, and then I noticed I missed one right there. Whenever I watch somebody else tangle, I always say, oh, you missed one, you missed one. And I can put one here. It's so hard to always see where you're putting it. So now we're going to do a little shading. So I'm just going to take my pencil, and inside of these Muka balls, I'm just going to put a little graphite. You notice I lay my pencil on its side, so it lays down quite a bit, but it also gives it a smooth, not a pointed pencil thing. I can kind of rub it. Just applies the graphite a little bit better. I could feel my asthma kind of triggering here, so I may have to stop, and if I start to cough, I'll pause the video and we'll see. So now I'm just going to blend these a little so that I have a lot of graphite in there, but that's okay because that gives it that kind of, you know, that gray, just one more element to that Tangle Pattern, that art piece that makes people wonder what you've done. And I will probably put some, oh, I want my 05 pin, because I'm going to do this and that. I think that's what that's called. I can't remember. But just a little bit of movement out here on the edges. And there you have it. Here's the one that I did, and I did a little color on it. You can't really see the color that well when I color them, but in like this has got a little red and green on here, but it turns out well, and I have a ton of fun with this. It is a great new tangle, and thanks for the tangle with love. I believe that's what it was, but I will put a link below so you can watch her video. It's all in Taiwanese, so but you can catch a few tangle words and tangle words. It's a common thing, and you'll be surprised. So I'll also link you to the Zoom class tomorrow if you want to join us. And thanks again for watching, and have a great day.